What's up, comic fans? And welcome to Monday Night Raw Books. New York Comic Con is coming. Yes, it is, and it's on its way. So tonight, we'll talk a little bit about what I'm planning to do at New York Comic Con. Also, what's happening at New York Comic Con. Plus, we'll look at some books. And, yeah. Oh, and we got ducks today. So let's I guess we'll do the ducks. Why not? We'll do some ducks. We'll give away some ducks, and then we'll do the duck race. You know what? I did the thing where you close the screen and you get rid of all the stuff that you had put up earlier in the day. So let me, I guess, set the giveaway back up, which is quick. But yeah, we'll be at New York Comic Con this year. We'll be going starting Wednesday. We'll start Wednesday and we'll be there until Sunday. What's up, Kirby? All right. So let's go ahead and the last duck. Had to add myself to this screen. Oops. Joffrey's in the house. What's up, Joffrey? Happy Monday. So we are watching Monday Night Football, guys. You know, if you tune in on a Monday during the football season, I'll be watching football. Right now, it's the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. The score is 14-14. Jacksonville Jaguars are 3-1 on the season. The Kansas City Chiefs are 2-2. There are 6:45 left in the third quarter. Mahomes just completed a pass to Xavier Worthy for about 7 yards. It'll be second down. Boom! That's your football update. All right, we'll see who gets this hashtag last duck in. And then we're going to do a duck race. So we'll add that name to the duck race for this month. Get my list. Takes it down inside the 30. First down, put numbers to it. 123 on offense in this game, 12 on defense. So how's everyone doing today as we wait for this last duck entries? So as I look at the list here, we have Dagger with 3 ducks. So we're going to go ahead and put Dagger in for 3 ducks. Then we've got Joffrey right now with 4 ducks. Good job, Joffrey. Oops, I almost gave you one of Dagger's ducks. Let's fix that. Joffrey and some more Joffrey. Even more Joffrey. And then one more Joffrey. All right, who else? We have Joe, the amazing Joe. He's got 3 ducks. Good to see everybody putting in their ducks. All right, what else? Who else is in here? Kirby. Kirby's got 2 ducks. And those are all the people with ducks this month. All right, so we're going to run this last duck race, or this last duck pull, if you will, and then we'll run the duck race. Kirby. All right, Kirby, congratulations. Kirby gets another duck. All right, so here's where we put in all the ducks. We'll give Kirby the last duck. It's all right, Joffrey. You got 4 of them in this race, so you're in pretty good shape. I do owe Joe and Kirby a gift box, so if one of them wins, they will get extra books. So close. All right, let's do a solid minute. Let's do it. All right, now we're gonna shuffle. 1 shuffle, 2 shuffle, 3 shuffle, more. 5 shuffle, 6 shuffle, 8 shuffle. On my way to New York Comic Con. 4 more. All right, we're all shuffled up here, so I think we're gonna get it going. All right, so the Chiefs are inside the red zone. They're at the 4-yard line. Handoff to the running back. Look like Kareem Hunt, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. I was about to say scrimmage. Still 14-14. All right, the Joffrey Spider Duck is in the lead. That usually doesn't hold this early, though. The Joffrey Duck falls behind and will have a chance to get back up. One of the Dagger Ducks, the Frosty, the Snow Dagger, takes the lead, but that'll soon start to fall back as we got an Adventurous Joe Purple Star Duck on the outside coming up, and the Adventurous Joe Squiggly Line Green Duck coming up on the outside. The Joffrey Spider Duck making another push on the outside. Oh, here comes the Joffrey King Duck. Joffrey will be the king. Well, actually, this is for September's viewers. We'll take home September's mystery box. Congratulations, Joffrey. Let's go over here. Boom. All right, we're going to get rid of that. Congratulations, Joffrey. Good stuff, buddy. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right, so Joffrey, I think I have your address on Instagram, so we will get something to you possibly later than sooner. We do have New York Comic Con this week, but I do have a couple of packages to send out, so I'll be trying to get those out. I may wait, guys, till after New York Comic Con in case I can grab something cool for your boxes. So no promises, but we'll see if I can grab something for your boxes. All right, so let's see. Let's see. Where are we going to start today? Just quickly, we'll start off here. This is Key Collector. They've got the new comics for this week. Just a couple of new comics to point out. Robert Kirkman taking over on Transformers. I'll be doing my new comic book day preview video, though, so that'll be coming out tomorrow. So we'll just point out a couple of chairs. This is an interesting comic from Dark Hawk called The Guy in the Chair. So the Guy in the Chair finally gets his due, and then you have DCKO coming out this week. Big event series book, if you will. But not to be outdone is the first appearance of the Absolute Catwoman with Absolute Batman number 13. If you want to look for other things here, we covered this last Wednesday on New Comic Book Day Y. We went through some of these books, but New Comic Book Day Y does have a bunch of exclusives from New York Comic Con. But this today we're actually gonna go over to Cover Price to see what they have for New York Comic Con. And as you can see, it's all the way down here. Latest articles. I believe this article actually came out today. So these are the New York Comic Con exclusives that Cover Price has uncovered for us. So let's go ahead and take a look at the exclusive list. Let's see. What do you got for us, New York Comic Con? Nothing. Oh, there it is. Ha. Just took a little bit. So there'll be some panels, guys, and I do plan on going to panels while at New York Comic Con. Just let you into my world a little bit. I will share this tab briefly. I create a spreadsheet for New York Comic Con. This is the panels tab. What's up, Comic Cap Collectibles? Rich in the house. Lisa Noble in here. Congrats on 1K. Hey, Lisa, thank you. I had no idea. I have no idea if I'm at 1K or if you're just saying congrats on eventually getting there. I knew I was getting close, but no idea. I haven't even set up a 1K anything because I'm going to New York Comic Con this week. But that's crazy. If I did reach 1K, because I thought I was still far enough away. It literally says 1K. Look at that, guys. Just hit it. And Lisa here just in time to let me know. First one. Had no idea I was getting here. I had a soundboard and everything. That's not hooked up. Thanks, Joe. It's not a race. It's a marathon. Remember that. Got to keep it going after. Have to keep it going. But that's cool. Yeah, I'm at 1K, guys. So thank you all for those of you who tune in weekly or just every once in a while, who stay here for a couple of minutes, couple of seconds, or for the whole show. I appreciate you all. Thank you for being here. It really is cool. I do love doing this. Got a slight headache today, but I need to do it. Roadhouse. So yeah. I really need to stop taking myself out of the show. Thank you guys. That's awesome. 1K is awesome. All right, let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming, because we were going to go over some New York Comic Con exclusives, and I was giving you a sneak peek into my world of the spreadsheet. I don't know what that says, 3N. I must have hit some buttons while we were watching. All right, now you see some of these are green, and that's cool. I put them green because these are like things I'm chasing. You'll notice some things are in boxes and some aren't. That's just because the spreadsheet is unfinished. But I can quickly put all of these things in boxes if I wanted to. There we go. You'll notice some of these are bigger. Again, those are remnants from last year. I'll equalize the text eventually. I don't want it to seem bigger than it is. If things have giveaways, though, typically I will do this and I will make it green. I like free stuff. And yeah, that's it. It's got times. There is a Todd McFarlane and J. Scott Campbell Legends in Conversation. In the past, McFarlane has given away signed books for that. That's why I have a question mark here, but it's unconfirmed whether anything is coming up. Here you see some more giveaways, Transformers, a new era for the Energon verse. I believe that's what it says. Yep. If I were to make this column bigger, you would see it says Energon Universe in there. We're gonna shorten it back up again. Yeah, so these are just a few of the things that I'm planning on doing. Sunday, as you can see, I haven't really gotten much in there for Sunday. Thursday looks big, but it's not as big as you would think because Friday's right here. But Thursday only has two things. Friday's a big day. Like literally, I can go to a panel and just be in panels all day. This Nickelodeon Magic the Gathering panel, there's supposedly a giveaway. Nothing confirmed for that one. Smash that like button. Smash it like Hulk would smash. Marvel Fanfare with CB Cebulski is where he talks about the upcoming year at Marvel. DC Gotham City. DC Comics Gotham City is going to talk about all things Batman. Jim Lee and Friends is Jim Lee talking to some of the DC people. It's going to be basically Marvel Fanfare with CB Cebulski, but it's Jim Lee and Friends for DC. What else? Tom McFarlane, we talked about that. DCKO, we'll talk about DCKO. Batfam sneak peek screening. I have a reservation for that one. Transformers in the G.I. Joe universe. Like I said, they're giving away a book there. Marvel Comics, the next big thing, will have a book. Marvel Comics to Screen will have a book. Lots of books there. Literally can be in panels until 6 o'clock from 1 o'clock with all that happening. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to pick and choose my battles that day, as I will be attending with friends. For some reason, Saturday here doesn't actually have a time, but I did put in the time. It must have got deleted, but it starts at 11:15 and goes to, I believe, 12:15, which means I will probably miss DCKO if I go to that one. I also don't know why I put 13:25. That's because my fingers were one button off on the keyboard. All right, other tabs that I have will be this Buy Me tab. Not everything on the Buy Me tab I will buy, but these are just things I'm interested in. This is a Tyler Kirkham Absolute Catwoman battle damage cover that they'll have. Doesn't mean I'll get it, but these battle damage covers usually tend to go do pretty well in the secondary market. Not that I'm a flipper, but if you don't buy them when you have the chance to get them right away, then usually you won't have a shot if you want to buy it at an affordable price. Affordable is $20 to $30 for most variant comics. On the secondary market, you're looking upwards of like $80, at least in the first few weeks of that thing coming out. So if you can, you buy it. Then I have some autographs, who's signing what. So you see Tiny Onions doing a lot. They'll have James Tynan and a whole bunch of other people who've been working with James Tynan and just doing Tiny Onion books. What else? IDW has a few signings here. I did not list them all, but I did put in a hyperlink. So if I actually click it in the right spot, right, I'll get this article, and the article pops up, and then I can look to see who's this is IDW schedule, so I can see what they're selling, who's going to be there, what the autographs like, and all with ads. So, but yep, that's a look into my spreadsheet. Let's go back over here, though, and look at the exclusives. And we hit 1,000, folks. We'll let it sink in for a little bit. Pretty sure when I wake up tomorrow, I'll be at like 999 or 998. But right now, it has stuck, and we are at 1,000. And if anybody has any questions about New York Comic Con, feel free to ask. Just throw it out there. You can put it in chat, or if you want to just slip into my DMs, go ahead and feel free to DM me on Instagram or whatever. I've been doing New York Comic Con now for roughly 11 years, I believe. So it's been a while. That I've been going. All right, so let's get into these panels. So here you see these are the panels. This is Spider-Man Venomous Friends. That'll have one. Bad Idea will have a panel with a free book. Bad Idea books usually tend to go. These usually are actually sought after because they don't print a ton of them. Some more New York Comic Con panels. Here's DC is doing a panel with AEW, and they're going to have wrestlers actually at the DC booth. DC returns to New York Comic Con. So I realize I'm off screen for the first time in, I want to say 6 years or something like that. So they've had a presence at New York Comic Con, meaning they'll be there with doing panels, but they haven't been necessarily showing up with booths and merchandise and those kind of things for the last like 6 years. So crazy. As we get closer to, you'll see a lot of these are just placeholder. So just going to turn down the TV a little bit. I can still hear it. But what do we have here? Yeah, just placeholder thumbnails. As we get closer, you'll see them fill this in. So DC, the booth will actually have actual wrestlers showing up to sign the book. So I found that to be interesting. I think they had a it's AEW. So they're obviously not WWE fans, but some people do actually prefer AEW to the WWE. So it's not always about the big show, if you will. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can. Yes, this is going to tell me where or what wrestlers will be appearing for you wrestling fans who end up watching this at some point. Oh, this page, the encoding is all off. Oof. Yikes. See if I can find a better page than that one. This one has to be better. Yes. Okay. So Steve Orlando is the writer of the DC AEW book, but you'll have wrestlers like Jon Moxley, Orange Cassidy, Willow Nightingale, and Swerve Strickland signing at the autograph session. So that should be cool. You would hope so. But I think the fact that they got some of the guys there, but not all of them. Also, wrestlers do tend to attend New York Comic Con anyway. So some of these guys may have already been there, but I think having John Moxley there is actually a big pull. A lot of people love John Moxley. So that should be really cool. All right. Moving on, you'll see this. They have a Skybound. Now, what I like is they actually tell you the book, right? We don't have pictures yet. Those will probably come, like I said, as we get closer. But they give you, what panel it is, what day, and then the time and what room to go to. So that's cool. So they have 1:15 to 2:15 in room 4061 on Saturday. If I go back to my sheet and I look at Saturday and see what I have, I do have Transformers room 4061, 1:15 to 2:15 with the giveaway. So cool. All right, so the Kansas City Chiefs just got the ball back, forcing the Jaguars into a turnover off an interception. The score is 21-14 in the fourth quarter with 13 minutes and 3 seconds left in the game. All right. So we're going to keep the ball rolling. What else here? We got some Street Fighter and Friends swimsuit special #1. Couple of covers for that. That was just in stores last week. And there were a lot of covers in the store, if I remember. 30 Days of Night, Falling Sun #1. Jim Mahfood out of IDW. Absolute Batman #13 from the artist Godtail. Comic sketch art foil. It's funny, Godtail did it, and you could see Black Cat's tail here. So that's pretty cool. Mark Brooks did a sketch cover too. I feel like Absolute Batman #13 is going to be the book of New York Comic Con. It's showing this as having a $150 sale. That's for a slab. 9.8. That's a lot to pay for a slab for a book that hasn't come out yet. But again, Catwoman is such a big character that I wouldn't argue with that price. I mean, I don't know if I'd pay $150 for that, but somebody would. Here are some of the other covers. We'll get through them. Here are the battle damaged ones. So very cool. All right. Let's get back to page 1. So you'll see all these Absolute Batman #13s. As you can see, there's 3 different versions of this one. These will be available at different booths. So they all name all the places. It'll be interesting to see, since they're limited to 1,000, who will have what. Sveta. Which book is that? I think I saw somebody else mention that earlier in one of my group chats, but I'm still unsure which book. What do we have? Absolute Evil #1, which came out last week. Got a Batman on this one, David Nakayama, who will be there. I think he's with the Comic Mints. Is the Comic Mint or Unknown Comics? I think it's Unknown Comics, actually. Harley, Elvira. Yes, the Harley Elvira. I've seen that cover. We will get to it. We're in the A's, but that'll be coming up very soon. They did do the mix-up with Harley and Elvira. Absolute Wonder Woman number 12. What else? Of course, you got to have Action Comics number 1 homage cover or facsimile. Action Comics number 1 has some sketch artwork by Jim Lee. That's limited to 500. What else? Here's some naughty covers of Black Cat, but Aftermath number 1. And then there's what is that? Labubu cover. All new Spider-Gwen with the Todd McFarlane homage cover, limited to 800 of those out of Eastside Comics after Spider-Man number 1. This Amazing Spider-Man actually has wrestlers on the cover. All right. What else? Another homage cover there. There you go. You got Spidey and Jeff the Land Shark. What else do we have? Amazing Spider-Man number 13, Gold Web Virgin, limited to 1,000. They did a pre-sale of this on the internet, and it sold out pretty fast. But this, the web is like a gold foil on some of the covers, and then some of the covers it's not. It's just drawn like this. But there are a limited amount of the gold webbing. Renew Your Vows number 1, Jay Scott making a foil reprint, the Mexican Virgin foil reprint by Big Time Collectibles of that book. What else? Some Amazing Spider-Man Torn number 1s, art book. You got to get out of the A's. There's Archie books, ton of Archie books if you're an Archie fan. What else? What else do we have? Still got more Archie. Artography of Kixtradamus number 1. These are blind bags. I believe this is Whatnot Associated. Whatnot app. So you can only get those on the Whatnot app. So, but here you see a bunch of villainous covers. Not bad. I will not be purchasing that though. Just not my thing. You got Batman number 13, limited to 500, the blank reprint of that cover. And you got this Batman number 13 with the Joker mask, if you will. This is a gold foil reprint. And then you have the Natalie Sanders. And if you're into like the Dia de la Muerte, you know, Day of the Dead and all that stuff, this is actually a pretty dope. Limited to 500. Here you got your Batman books. This is a Frank Miller here. So I don't hate this Frank Miller book, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that his recent stuff, I think is, I don't want to say phoned in. I just, at this point, I don't think he could put the time and effort that he used to into his artwork. So still a legend of the industry. Still a legend. What else? There's a bunch of Batman number 1s. Obviously, that was a big book that came out recently. Is an Absolute Batman number 1 homage foil. Here's Batman number 1. This is a black and white, limited to 90, and you can't purchase it. It's only free if you spend about $600 at the Comic Mint. So you have to go to the Comic Mint. You have to give them $600, and they will not send it. They'll give it to you at the booth. Right now, it looks like a 9.8 is going for $700. It's crazy. This actually has Damian Wayne on it. Now, if you don't have $600 to spend, which is a lot of us, or I'd rather spend $600 on like a major key. But if you're gonna spend $600 on their variants, then you get that. If not, you can just purchase this foil edition of the book. So, not bad. Yeah, it is an awesome haul. I've seen, in full disclosure, I've seen better years with even better comics and exclusives and all that, but there's still some really cool comics coming out this year. Let's see, what else do we have? Batman #1, Batman #2. This is cool. It's like the design variant, the Robin design variant. I like design variants. I don't know if I would purchase that book though, the design variant, because it's going for $65. I'd wait a little bit. The price, you'll find it eventually cheaper. I don't think that's one of the books that's going to increase in value. Now, I've been wrong in the past, 100%, but I don't think that Robin book that Robin cover will do it. A lot of people love this series, Beneath the Trees, where nobody sees. So Rites of Passage #1 came out, and issue #2. So there'll be plenty of that. I'm not against it if I'm online for something. If anybody actually ever wants something, guys, don't feel ashamed to reach out. Obviously, yes, you will have to give me money for it. But if I'm going to go get a book, I will try to get the book. So, if I'm going to be on the line anyway, if you tune in this week while I'm at New York Comic Con, you'll probably see me doing some live streams, especially if I'm going to be stranded on a line. I will live stream from the show floor. That's also contingent on whether the internet's pretty good, because in the past, there's been some times that the internet has been horrific. All right, we're on The Boys #1. They got a Starlight cover, several of those. The Boys, obviously got Homelander here. This one's pretty gruesome. He's ripped off somebody's hands and they're giving the heart sign. This is like battle damage. Tyler Kirkham does this all the time. And I have to sneeze. There we go. Got rid of it. All right. Let's keep it going. Berserker #1 gets a 7th printing. Blind pack foil. Like, you'll open it. I'm really not even sure what's going on in there. But they got both. They have 2 types. A comic pack and a treasure chest. I'm just going to assume the treasure chest is full of these comic packs. So you're probably getting at least 20 of these packs in the treasure chest, or your odds of getting some special chase they put in is exponentially better. All right, here's some more Berserker. And some more Berserker. And even some more Berserker. Here's Catwoman #79. This is a foil variant. This cover has actually been used before, and I'm pretty sure it was used in like the first 20 issues of Catwoman, I want to say. I have this issue, and I'm pretty sure I used that cover as an avatar of mine on Whatnot for a little bit. So, yeah, they just reused some art on that one. But it is a foil. If you send Will money, Joffrey will Joffrey, Will would pick them up for you. Thanks for the trust, Joe. Here's some Sveta, right? So Lisa was saying Sveta Shubina had the book of the Khan. That's Cherry number 24. We'll see her again later. Not Cherry, but Sveta. DCKO comes out this week. I haven't seen a ton of DCKO books, but we're about to see if I'm wrong because this is the run here. So let's see what we have. There's this glow-in-the-dark version of Lobo and the non-glow-in-the-dark version. Lobo seems to be pretty big. Natalie Sanders is famous for these magazine covers. And here goes another one. What else? And that's it. So for an event book, there doesn't seem to be a lot going into that, which means, I don't know, maybe the retailers, after reading the previews and everything, didn't think much of it. Also, event comics typically tend not to be the ones that they're really pop unless something amazing happens or some character comes out of it that lives on in continuity. So maybe not what everybody's looking for. I've heard some rumblings about this Department of Truth. This is Delato. So I think a lot of people kind of like this one. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see if that becomes one of the books of the Khan. Typically, Akira covers do very well. This one's a JFK cover with JFK's brains literally on the back of the car. Too soon, guys. Too soon. There's some other Department of Truths here. I believe this is Nomas up here. Yeah, this one's Nomas here. And these are comic inspiration. All right, what else do we have? So this, guys, is the gold gilded Department of Truth Zero. $75 price tag on this. Limited to only 2,500 at the con. Yes, so good. You were talking about Sveta. Gold gilded. So I saw the process for this, and you can actually check it out on Instagram. If you go to Matt Wilson's Instagram, but it's like Jinx Studios is actually what he goes by, because there's a lot of Matt Wilsons in the world. Matt and Wilson both seem to be pretty popular names. Oh, cool. It's supposed to play out like a video game, DCKO, or read, kind of like a versus fighter, if you will. So what happens is there's some adhesive. See where the X's are and the I's and these stars? There's adhesive painted onto the cover, right? And then there's gold leafing put over it. But not like just X's. It's like actual patches of gold leafing. And then where the adhesive is, the gold leafing will stick to it, and the rest of the cover, it won't. And then using a brush and some other tools, you'll get the stars and the X's and the I's to show up on the cover. So that's a really cool cover by Matt Wilson. These gold gilded covers. I think he did 3 or 4 for this convention of different covers. So Department of Truth is one of them. And then he's got the regular cover. Let's see, what is this? Department of Truth number 0. This is on the Whatnot app, but you have to go to the Top Shelf comic booth, buy a mystery pack from them, I'm not sure what's in the mystery pack. And then it explains it here. There's a redemption ticket inside the mystery pack. So then you got to go on Whatnot and then buy this comic. Not quite sure how it totally works, but that's what they're doing. Here's another one of those Akira covers. This one is Department of Truth. But you got Elvis here walking towards the car. That's fun. Here's another one that I've seen some people talk about. Tony Trophy. He'll be there signing and autographing. Seems like he's somebody who's people are interested in as a cover artist. I just find this to be funny. The Mothman on the cover. It's been an ongoing thing with John Tynan the Fourth and some of his horror books. He's had this Mothman character in them. So he did a horror magazine called Razor Blades that was available through mail order, and then eventually he sold it to comic shops. But the Mothman's been a big part of that. Let's keep going. Do You Pooh? If you've heard of that, it's fine. If you haven't, they do all these Pooh covers. So you got Pooh Spawn, Pooh Friday the 13th, and a whole bunch of other ones. Doom 2099 gets some love. Event Horizon gets some love. Exquisite Corpses. This is or was originally a Something Is Killing the Children cover by Jay Lee. Now Jay Lee has done it once again, but for Exquisite Corpses, which is a pretty good series, guys. If you get a chance, go do it. These noir homages or homages also do very well, right? Les Mas de Renan. They had one last year for Lilith. It's a $10 book at the con, and ended up people were selling it online for like $80 to $100. So like the Akira covers, homage covers usually do pretty well. These covers also do really well. All right, keep it going. We got Exquisite Corpses number 5. A lot of covers for that, and 6. All right. Fame books. They do all these I guess they call them kind of like autobiographical books or whatever. So they kind of get away with using likenesses and similar characters and copyrighted characters on the cover. We are only on page 3 out of 7, by the way. So while we're going, let's go ahead and give away some ducks for this month. And then we'll keep the party going. And it's going to be a simple hashtag because we're talking about New York Comic Con. So it's going to be hashtag NYCC. Go ahead and throw hashtag NYCC in the chat. And we'll give away a duck. All right, let's get back to the list. Let me see. Just so nobody forgets, let's go ahead and throw this in. Oh, and don't forget the CBCA awards are coming to an end pretty soon. So go ahead and vote in those. Yeah. I'm nominated. Go ahead and check me out in there. All right. Probably should do more publicity for it, but I got nominated. That's good enough. If I win, I win. If I don't win, I don't win. Except now I'm at 1,000 subs. So now I move up to a whole nother level. And those deal with channels with way more subscribers. All right, what do we got? Fantastic Four, Female Force, Angelina Jolie. Here's another Akira homage cover. Female Force Sigourney Weaver #1, but you got the Ghostbusters here and the Ecto 1. So how about you put Sigourney Weaver on the cover if you're going to talk about Sigourney Weaver? I do like the Slimer here, though. All right, let's keep it going. Fiends, Ash Cash. Here's some G.I. Joe #1, Natalie Sanders. There are people who love Natalie Sanders out there. All right, what else we got? I did look at this one, this Storm Shadow by Alan Qua. This one's nice. If you're a G.I. Joe fan, that is a nice cover. If there's any Carla Cohen fans, here's a Carla Cohen cover. All right. Godzilla. New York Comic Con will have a lot of Godzilla covers, including Godzilla in Hell. This one over here, that's a nice one. That's available in a trading pack, IDW trading pack. IDW will have trading packs with different comics from their brand at the convention because everybody now is on the trading pack bus. Here's Gorkum Demir. This is part of his sketchbook, and he's doing a whole bunch of villains. All right. Here's some Gengar from Pokemon. So, oh, this Pikachu looks fierce. He almost looks venomized. I think he actually is venomized. All right, what else do we have? No, here's the Harley Quinn stuff. Murat Michaels. A lot of people like Murat Michaels. This is Harley Quinn. That's kind of a spoof. Here's some Harley Quinn Elvira. This actually looks a lot like J. Scott Campbell, but it's not. It's Ale Garza. Some Bill Morrison. Buzz. Here's Dan Parent. If you like Betty and Veronica. All right. Jamie Tyndall. Katya Sinuhinya. Maybe I said it right. Maybe it sounded like I choked. Here we go. Lucio Perillo. Nathan Zerdy. A lot of people doing this Harley Quinn book. Sozo Micah. Stephen Aola. Picked up the Perillo signed. Nice. Lucio Perillo is he's solid. Just a solid guy. And they got two different versions of that. Let's see. Why didn't we see the Svetlana? Or did I just pass it? Let's see if I can look it up. Some really great stories from the NFL. Here was Jacksonville down 14, then up by 7, and now leading by 3. But that's we thought coming into this game, this was going to be a good game. As we look this up, just make sure to put in that hashtag if you want in. Guess they missed it. So here is the Harley Quinn Elvira. And we've got it in foil. So that's cool. All right. So the Kansas City Chiefs managed to score a touchdown here. Wow. On a rushing touchdown. Looks like they take the lead against the Jacksonville Jaguars here in the fourth quarter with only a minute 45 left. It makes the score 27-24. They'll go for the extra point. That'll put them up 4 points, meaning Jacksonville will have to score a touchdown to win. All right, let's keep it going. Heat Seeker. All right, that came out of the Honey universe. Honey Gun Honey. Hello Darkness number 15. What do you got? Oh, another Svetna cover. Lisa Noble putting us on to Svetna. Jenny Frizen. I believe this cover was just released today. Like, it was known she would do a cover, but Boom Studios, available Saturday and Sunday only. Will that glow in the dark be available? Want all the Svetna covers. I don't blame you. They're pretty they are pretty dope. She's doing some good work. Immortal Batman. That's the Ivan Tao from Big Time Collectibles. It's not bad. There are a ton of Battle Beast. People have gone crazy over Battle Beast. And I mean, I like the character. I don't understand the obsession with this character. He's not very in-depth. He's very base. He's very basic. His personality to me is mid. I mean, he just beats up stuff. But I guess if that's what you're into, is just beating up people, then Battle Beast all day. All right. Let's see. Jonathan Uribe sketchbook. All right. Justice League Unlimited. All right. This Peach Momoko cover was also last year at New York Comic Con. They just foilized it. So I'm guessing I think they just foilized it. I'm guessing now if you release covers again, but you make it foil, you can reuse them without worrying too much about people being like, hey, that already happened. Rose Besh. They will be having all right, this is Marvel 25 Whatnot will be doing Marvel packs. They will be selling actually on the floor, but the funny thing about Whatnot is you can't just go up to the booth. Year one, you could just go up to the Whatnot booth and buy like a book if they had it there. Not all the books, but some of the books. Last year and this year, like literally, even if you're at the con, you still have to go onto the app and like, do the auctions from the app while at the con. So I just find that to be, I don't know, Marion Heretic, Jenny Frizen. It's a little, I don't want to say ridiculous, but come on. Wi-Fi is not even that good at the con floor. Here's another Gold Gilded by Matt Wilson. So the staff here, that's gold leafing. And then there is a version of it that is not gold leafed. All right, Marvel Rivals, getting through the books. Whoa, scroll back on that one cover. What cover is that with the redhead on it? All right, let's see. That was 3 minutes ago. So let me see how far back I have to go. That was before Battle Beast. Oh, the Gun Honey? This is Heat Seeker. Joe, so this is if this is what you're talking about, this is from the Gun Honey series, but this is Heat Seeker. This is actually sold in comic stores too. I mean, these are exclusives, but Heat Seeker you can pick up at your local comic shop. And then this was the Svetna Shubina cover. Heat Seeker Exposed. That's right. This is the Exposed. Sorry, this is Hello Darkness. So I've totally gone by, but she is redhead too. So maybe if that was the other one you were talking about. If that wasn't what you were talking about, Joe, then we'll have to go back another page. Oh, trying to catch the one of one covers. Nice. Oh, damn. Heat Seeker's a fake redhead. Move along. Damn, dog. Tell me how you really feel. All right, so Marvel versus DC or Deadpool Batman came out recently. So I'm sure most of you are aware. They do have variant covers for that. Not a ton, though. Not a ton. All right. This is an homage to Biggie album cover. So this is a new publishing house here, Ignition Press. So they have several variants of their new books that came out, Murder Podcast being one of them. I believe that was the very first book that they've released. For your football heads, Jacksonville Jaguars on the 12-yard line with 44 seconds left. They have one timeout, and they are trailing by 4 points. It is 2nd and 10. And they get a delay of game penalty on 2nd and 10 with the game on the line. That makes it 2nd down and 15. That's horrible. Getting back to the comics, One World Under Doom, Whatnot trading packs, only available in the Whatnot Year and Marvel 25 trading packs. All right. Beastie Boys. Let's see what else we have here. Orbit. A couple of homages going on there. Jacksonville drops back to pass. Quick pass. Oh, he breaks free, but only gets about 4 yards. That'll bring up like 3rd and 11. Pentapocalypse. A lot of people love the covers for Pentapocalypse. Out of Massive. Massive will be selling a massive amount of those books. Dagger's in the house. What's up, Dagger? Let's see. Where are we at? Just got to find this real quick. Okay. What are we on? Page 5. Let's go. We got Pizza Die. Ashcan. All right. What else do we got? Yo. Dagger doing work. How the legs feeling these days? Dagger's been running and walking and biking and doing everything this year for charities, for kids, for veterans, just raising money. Oh! There was a flag thrown. As of right now, the ball was intercepted by the Chiefs in the end zone, but there's a flag, so that could be PI, which would put the ball on the 1-yard line for the Jags. If you're a Jenny Frizen fan, here's a Pop Kill Jenny Frizen cover. I had a nice nap today. Nice. That Frizzin is selling high. The pop kill. Yeah, it's, you know what? It's the color scheme is just a little bit different from what she usually does. And it's not true negative space, but it is pretty close. It's about as negative space as you can get without being negative space. And it's limited to 200 copies. So that one, not a bad one to get. But it is a set. Oh, and what? Lawrence with the touchdown for the Jacksonville Jaguars, scooting in off the run. He will put the Jacksonville Jaguars up by 2. There is a flag on the play. But right now, they're saying touchdown. Penalty was on the defensive holding. Penalty declined. Jaguars take the lead 30-28 with 23 seconds left. The Kansas City Chiefs do have all 3 touchdowns, though, but they only have 23 seconds to get down the field and get a field goal. We've seen it do it before. They did it to the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs years ago. Let's go. 230 for the set online. That's crazy. There's only they're limited to 200. At No Mas Comics, they're advertising them as selling for $80. So I will be premiering my 5K walk tomorrow. Yes. Let's go. All right. What else we got? Pop kill, more pop kill. This Will Jack. I've seen people talk about that one. I'm not going to click on that one. They forgot to put the bar over that one. All right. We're just going to keep. Here, Peach Momoko, Big Rig number 1. This is, they have a foily version of that. So, let's see. Ooh. That's an excellent job. Yeah, they definitely beat up on the Yankees, man. Craziness. Here's some Nathan Zerdy, Big Rig. So there is a rumor that there is a vault panel which is centered on Big Rig, and there is a rumor that Post Malone might show up to that panel at New York Comic Con. So there's a buzz that Post Malone might be there. And the thing I feel about Post Malone is if he shows up, because Post Malone's a nerd, a geek, if you will. He loves he plays Magic the Gathering. I'm not sure if he loves comics, but I know he likes geeky things. There's a good chance that he may even, end up walking the floor or something like that. So there might be some Post Malone action at New York Comic Con. I almost felt bad for them. They were getting their butts smacked. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Here's an Akira homage cover, if you will. What else? Something is killing the children. A monster hunter walks into a bar. Number 1 blind bag contains 2 exclusive variants. This is for $60, featuring covers by Andrew K. Curry, Flops, Jenny Frizzin, Peach Mboko, and Werther Del Edra. All right, 9 seconds on the clock. Chiefs still have all 3 timeouts, but it's not looking very good. This is Andrew Curry started this Gilded Gold stuff. And here you go. This is Gilded Gold. This is available in the comic packs. This is gold leafing, guys. So you'll get like actual gold on your cover. This is a UV blacklight cover. All right, let's keep it going. These are also available in those packs. Oh, incomplete. 7 seconds left. Nobody looking. Here's a version of the Frizen. So some crazy covers in those packs. Here's a Matt Wilson. Best team to ever do it. Don't feel bad for them. Flops is fire. Yeah, Flops had some good covers. This one is nice. I like that one. I wasn't planning on getting one of these comic packs, but I might have to. All right, 2 seconds left. Chiefs don't have a lot of time. They have 2 timeouts in 2 seconds. Those 2 timeouts don't mean jack. They've got to go about 70 yards, and they can't get a field goal at this time. There's no way, unless there's like a pass interference or something like that. So it's going to take a miracle play for the Chiefs to win. All right. I'm definitely walking away with one of these. Something is killing the children. A monster hunter walks into a bar. Whether it's I buy an exclusive or I get one of these comic packs or something. I don't know. But I do enjoy something that's killing the children. So I'm a big fan of the series. All right. 3 seconds left for the Chiefs. No. We'll call another timeout. This is John Jang, Big Time Collectibles, red and blue for Spider-Man 94. There is a flag on that. I didn't think you could call back-to-back timeouts. They did call back-to-back timeouts. It is a 5-yard penalty, so they just put themselves even deeper in a hole. Here's Dan Panosian. That's available in the Marvel trading packs. Spider-Verse versus Venomverse, number 1. That's John Boy Myers. There's the Stan Lee trading card homages. Kansas City. Mahomes rips it down. It's incomplete, and the Jacksonville Jaguars walk away with the win. Congratulations, Jacksonville. There's a bunch of these Stan Lee covers, unscripted. I've heard a lot of people say they want to grab those. If only they're done by Clayton Crane, only because they enjoy the cover. This Stan Lee number 1. Not as impressed with it, but there are different opportunities to get Stan Lee covers. I'm not sure how I feel about this one, Martin Zavala, but the Clayton Crane reads as a classy. I do like that cover. Lots of Star Trek, and then there's some Starship Godzilla. If you're a Stitch character, there's some of that. And if you love to support, there's some of that. Help Dagger raise over 150 for Belong Ottawa to help support homeless veterans. All right. There's nothing sadder than veterans who aren't supported is a homeless veteran. So if you guys could even share it, if you can't afford to donate, if you just help to get the word out there, that'd be cool. All right. We're on the second to last page. Oh, nice. The boy here got some original artwork, sketch cover of Catwoman and Gwenpool. That sounds like a dope cover. We got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Rajta Lynn, what are you doing over here with April O'Neil? All right, here's some Casey Jones. That's Carla Cohen doing Casey Jones. All right. The Tigum verse. These are like the same people who do the Do You Poo stuff. Transformers #1. This is a 12th printing Soundwave, limited to 300. Here's some Transformers. Transformers #25, though, by the way, guys. It's a new creative team, so Robert Kirkman will be stepping in along with Dan Mora to do Transformers. Transformers. I don't like that one. Megatron doesn't look right. His head is off. Definitely. That's why I went out and did the 5-kilometer rucksack walk so you don't have to. I'm addicted to sketch covers. Yes, you are, sir. It's not a bad addiction. They're actually pretty cool to have in your collection. I've only got a handful. All right, I can't click on every Transformers #25. Hopefully, I just don't buy every Transformers #25 while I'm at New York Comic Con. Twilight Zone, guys, if you like the Twilight Zone. This one is also Matt Wilson, gold gilded. That one is probably my least favorite of the gold gilded ones. I mean, it's a cool idea, right? Just, I need more gold. I like gold. Ultimate Wolverine #1. This is also part of the comic packs. That is a Kevin Eastman. So, all right, let's see what else. Plenty of Vampirella books. So if you're a Vampirella fan, Vampirella is everywhere. V-Friends. It's a kid's book. They're doing, V-Friends is doing a collaboration with Walmart. And so they'll be doing these collector packs and stuff from at the Walmart booth, where you can get like variant covers and stuff. I don't know. Are kids really into V-Friends? I don't know. This one, this one says here is free. This one they're giving away. All right. What else? Venom. This is Mark Brooks. He did this. This is like a $50 book. Like, I like it. I don't know how much I like it for 50. And then for 75, he did this one. Again, same thing. Like, I like it. Do I like it that much? Here's a Peach Momoko, Null and Venom. Here's another Peach Momoko, Null and Venom cover. So I guess buy the one you like the most. One's out of Big Time Collectibles. One's out of the Comic Mint. Tyler Kirkham. Venom. We're almost at the end, guys. This is the last page. The Waifu Chronicles. What is this? That's just what the trading pack looks like for Whatnot. Why not, Willie? Ha! That's a fun cover. So, limited to 10. Connecting cover A. Only available in Top Shelf Comic Mystery Pack. Sheesh. Everything's in a comic mystery pack this year. So, I'm not looking forward to buying a gazillion comic mystery packs. So the way I see it is if your book's not in a comic mystery pack, there might be a good shot that I'm not buying it. But we'll see. Oh, what's up? What's up? It seems like I'm being raided by the Rhino. I just missed all these. Rhino sent me. What's up, guys? Rhino raid. Oh, man. Or if you are the comic vet, you buy them all. There you go. What's up, guys? Thank you to the Rhino. Thank you to Rhino Nation for coming in. You just hit 1,000. Congrats. Thank you. There's the Rhino. What's up? What a crazy game, huh, guys? Comes down to the end. The Kansas City Chiefs got Kansas City'd. Jacksonville Jaguars drive down the field. Now, I got to admit, with like 22 seconds left on the clock, it was a scary game because the Chiefs had 22 seconds, 3 timeouts. If you remember what they did to the Buffalo Bills 2 years ago in the postseason, that was insane. But the Jacksonville Jaguars managed to hold on. I think they learned from what the Buffalo Bills did. And who would have thought the Jacksonville Jaguars are 4-1 on the season? The Kansas City Chiefs are 2-3. I'm over here looking at the game again just to double check the score of this game. But oh my goodness, Duval! That is an insane game. Rhino Nation, I thank you for checking in. Hopefully, I gave you a little bit more of that football you had originally tuned in for. Now, welcome to the comic universe. I'm going to New York Comic Con this week, guys, and so this week I was going over the exclusives according to this site Cover Price that is showing me the exclusive comics coming out this week. Thank you again for the congratulations on 1,000. Rhino rate is 10 times worse than a bull in a china shop. Yeah, we got to 1,000. That's awesome. We're gonna take it from there. I came into today. I think I thought I was short like 13, and I was like, oh, there's no way I get to 1,000 today. But lo and behold, my head will hit the pillow tonight, knowing I am at 1K followers. Thank you, and Rhino Nation, you were a big part of this. Thank you for being here and witnessing me reach the 1K mark. We'll see where it lands tomorrow after they do whatever they do. Have a good night. Have a good stream, Will. Good night. Good night. Giants fan 56. Linda, have a great night. Oh, what's up? Sanj Flyer Viking or Stark Baking Vanilla? Throw elbows, knock over Funko Pops. When you roll them bones, Tinny. Hard work pays off. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you. Thank you. Dang, so I'm first Rhino's 3,000 sub, and now I think I'm your 1,000 sub. Let's go, Chomas. What's up, Chomas? Yeah, so I mean, they're crazy though, guys. I'm sure over there, Rhino Nation, the chat was popping. What a game! I was actually watching it while I was doing my stream. You had that big interception return, right? 99 yards, so that was awesome. It was crazy over there. And now we're just talking comics. Hopefully, they don't take off too much YouTube tax. Yeah, right. We'll see how they go. We're almost towards the end. We're at Amaze Publishing. We have these are not oh man. I have no idea what's in this comic book, by the way, but these are like wrap cover comics, so those are pretty cool. Just having these homage covers, if you will. Oh, that's the MF Doom cover, right? This is an Outcast cover. This was a Biggie cover, right? This is Run DMC cover. So they did some interesting ones. This is an Akira homage. So if you ever seen Akira, that's pretty cool. So what happens is, Mickey himself, Steamboat Willie, is kind of out of copyright at this point. So comic companies can make these very like likenesses, these extreme likenesses to the character Steamboat Willie. So that's why you got these Why Not Willie covers, and they don't have to worry about getting sued by Disney because these are like the original Mickey Mouse. So pretty crazy. Witchblade is a blast from the past. This was a 90s comic that was brought back. Nathan Zerdy's a pretty big comic artist, and that's his. Sukisha Ray. She's I've actually met her before, so she's a nice lady, good comic artist. This is Lyrics. She's done some good stuff. Carla Cohen does some really lifelike artwork. So here we go. Jenny Frizen, big time comic artist here. And that's pretty much it, guys. We're at the end. But yeah, these are the exclusive coming to New York City Comic-Con, guys. So very excited to have these books coming out. We went through most of the books. For anybody sticking around, though, who wants to see some books, if you like Harley Quinn, we had some Harley Quinn books. Well, those are not Harley. So I'll show off a couple of books. They have some G.I. Joe, if you like G.I. Joe. This is a book that I'm interested in, Storm Shadow. So I know a lot of you guys out there are sports fans, football fans, but maybe some of you guys like comics. Are you an NFL fan? If you are, what fan are you? I am an NFL fan. I am a New York Giants fan. So, you know, we had Giants fan 56 in the house, and that's my team as well. I'm glad I don't work hard then. Right? A lot of covers out there. Check out Rising Rhino for all Argos and Packers. There you go. I like the girls dressed up as Harley Quinn. We'll show some more. I know you kind of missed those. Here's Baroness. If you're a Baroness fan. Now it just looks like I look at comic books for ladies in bikinis. Not true, but here's Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. As I say that, here's the Gnort's Illustrated Swimsuit Edition with Wonder Woman. All right, here's a Godzilla. You guys like Godzilla? Here's Godzilla. Ooh. I hope you're doing the Argos game on 10/10 for my birthday, bro. 10/10, October 10th, Argos. Let's go. Let's see. They did some like Pokemon-esque covers here. So you got a Charizard. They all looked a little venomized. Sorry, guys. Here's a Gengar. What is this? Trying to blank on this one. Lapras? Somebody out there help me. This is obviously a Pikachu. Stafford would like those. Yeah, Stafford would like these. You're right. Mortal Kombat. But yeah, Chomas, if you're still here, I am a Giants fan. I don't know. What do you have a team? If you're still here, and if not, thank you for joining me. Here's some Harley Quinn covers. If you're a Harley fan, Harley Quinn and Elvira are getting a mashup this year, so plenty of covers for those. If you're in the New York area, guys, I know most tickets are sold out except for Thursday, but I would recommend checking out New York Comic-Con. It's a good time if you can get a ticket. So here's some Harley Quinn and Elvira. All right. Again, here are those comic books that just make it look like we're getting in trouble here with Heatseeker. Washington Commanders. Oh no, we're like mortal enemies. No. Hey man, Commanders, good young team, right? Looks like you may have a running back there, and then the quarterback, Daniels, he's been doing okay. He hasn't been doing great, but he's been injured too, so we'll see. Yes, he does a lot of those. For those of you who don't know, on Fridays, me and my boy Rhino, we do Fantasy Football Friday. So, long-time collaborator with the Rhino. Well, not collaborator, just homies. But we've been collaborating. I will send you my birthday wish list. All right. Cool. They also give away free comics, guys, at New York Comic Con. So here at the beginning of this cover price list, they do list, and I like this. They give you the day, the time, and the room where you can get your free comic. So those are cool. They haven't put in the covers yet, but that's because a lot of these covers are being kept secret. So as we get closer to New York Comic Con, some of these free comics may be revealed. And these free comics, believe me, sometimes go for a pretty penny on the secondary market. Not that that's what I do with them. I like to put these away, save them for a rainy day. But these comics usually go pretty fast. Here's some more. If you're a Street Fighter fan, I know. It looks like all these comics are just girls in bikinis. Oh, they're thick over there. I swear, sometimes they do have guys on these covers. But not on the swimsuit covers. Absolute Batman's coming out, guys. Absolute Batman is an absolutely fantastic series. With Scott Snyder writing it and Nick Dragotta drawing it. If you are into comic books, I would recommend picking this up, especially if you're into Batman and just looking for something different to read. Pick this up in a trade if you're just you're just a casual comic book fan. Absolute Batman is a whole different universe created when Darkseid looks to basically look to kind of prove to the superheroes that if these characters grew up under rough conditions, that they wouldn't be the same people. But you got to remember, like, these guys already came through rough conditions, right? Batman lost both his parents. Superman was last of his kind. Maybe Wonder Woman, not so much, but even she had some struggles. But anyway, what happens is Darkseid creates this alternate universe. Batman is not rich. He only loses one of his parents. He loses his dad in a shooting. Superman grows up to be a fully aware child. Knows his mom and dad, goes to school. The whole bit. They go to leave the planet Krypton when it starts exploding, and then Superman watches his parents blow up. And then Wonder Woman grows up in hell instead of Themyscira. So whole different set of circumstances behind these characters. And the absolute universe is like, how do they respond to this adversity? So I really do enjoy, though, Absolute Batman. There's also Absolute Wonder Woman. That's another good book. If you're into mythology like Greek and Roman, definitely worth a pickup there. There's Absolute Superman. If you're looking for a new take on the Superman, that's a really cool book as well. So Absolute Universe, definitely worth a look. Oh, so you're the fantasy guy he talks about. I am the fantasy. I am that fantasy guy, bro. I've been looking for your channel. I love your you and Rhino show. I want to watch them all, but they are early for me. So after they're live, yes, they are early. They're early for us. So, man, I tell you what, Friday is the only day that I'm up that early, and I do every show with a cup of tea, at least one cup, if not two. Michael Murdick, what's up, Cup of Comics? I saw something on YouTube about a new story that involves the Justice League versus the Legion of Doom. Is this true? So right now, so we're in the absolute universe right now, right? So, well, the absolute universe is part of the regular universe. But yes, there was a new storyline in Justice League Unlimited that had to do with Gorilla Grodd, and he brought in some of the Legion of Doom, and it all revolves around Grodd trying to defeat, if you will, the Justice League, especially the new Justice League Unlimited. It is an interesting story, and it starts to lead to the unraveling of the current DC universe. So there is a thing that's going to happen between the absolute universe and the regular DC universe where they kind of cross over. What we have coming out of this whole thing, though, is going to be a comic series called DCKO, where it's kind of like a Street Fighter-ish tournament with all these different characters, some from the Legion of Doom, some from the Justice League, who are all going to fight each other. It looks to be a Superman story at the end of the day, but that's kind of what we're getting right now in the DC universe. So yeah, we did have kind of a LOD Justice League storyline happening, and it is a constant thing. They just had Absolute Evil comic book coming out, which introduces us to kind of the Absolute Universe's version of the Justice League too. So there's definitely Legion of Doom books out there right now, comics that have come out and will be coming out down the line. So yes, short answer to your question, yes, that is true. And it's always interesting to see. The Legion of Doom usually just fails because there's too many personalities, too many egos on that team. So that's usually why. Otherwise, they usually have a pretty good shot at beating the Justice League. But yeah. Again, short answer, yes. That is true. That is true. That is happening right now. Yeah, I can't watch them live because they're on school mornings. Yeah, we are. Yeah, I don't blame you for needing sleep. Yeah, all right, you can watch us. That's cool. I think we got to. Me and Rhino have to talk, but I think we're doing our fantasy football Friday on Thursday this week because I believe Rhino has Friday off. So Rhino's gonna use the Friday to get some rest, and we're gonna do it Thursday. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is we're gonna do it Thursday. So Friday, Rhino can sleep in late, and that's pretty much the reason why. But I will be at New York Comic Con on Thursday, so I will most likely be streaming while I'm at the convention. So whether I'm on the convention floor or I'm outside the building waiting to get in, something to that effect, you will see me live stream on Thursday from New York Comic Con. We'll see how it all works out. But it should be an interesting thing. Should be fun. All right. Let's see. All right. Here's some more Absolute Universe Batman books. And I will tell you what, Absolute Batman, again, really good series, guys. Yeah, my fantasy is non-PPR. I have quarterbacks Bo Nix and Baker, running backs. I have Barely and Cooks, Barkley and Cook. Wide receivers I have Mbuka, Allen, and T. Higgins. Kickers Butker and tight end Tyler Warren. That's actually a pretty stacked team. Is it just one QB? Because you have both Bo Nix and Baker. Most weeks I would probably start Baker there. Barkley and Cook, both good, but Barkley hasn't been doing too well. Running the ball wise, he did have a big catch for a touchdown this week. The big thing with Barkley and the Eagles is you saw the wide receivers complain. They got involved in the passing game. They got lots of targets. Devonta got plenty of yardage and catches, and they lost. Right? Right. So, here's the thing. They have a system, and if these guys are going to be divas and they value stats over winning, that's not going to work. Now, if they go back to the old system, I think Barkley will eventually be okay. They do have to spread the floor a little bit, all right, spread the field. So, yeah, this week maybe passing a little bit helps them, but they're going to have to figure out how to do more running and less passing. And these wide receivers have to buy into it if they want to have a shot at winning. Now, I'm sure you as a Commander fan and me as a Giant fan, we're like, whatever. Go ahead, Eagles. Self-implode. Implode all you want. Implode every day, all day. Yeah, CFL on Friday. Yeah, Friday nights. So the Rhino puts in a lot of work. Rising Rhino streams so much. It's crazy. All right, 2 quarterback non-PPR. So yeah, you're set, man. That's awesome. That's an excellent 1-2 punch. Bo Nix started off a little shaky, but he's been looking like he's getting his confidence back. So I think he'll be fine. 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 kicker, and a defense. No flex. Yeah, that's an interesting league. No flex. 3 wide receivers. Let's see. Mbuka is a rookie star. He's putting up veteran stats. I like Mbuka. Keenan Allen is the favorite target out there for the Chargers. So that's fine. Herbert's always looking for Keenan Allen. And T. Higgins is talented. Obviously, Cincinnati's had some problems since Burrow went down. And their season is quickly getting flushed down the toilet. With that said, Browning did have a slightly better game this week, but still too many interceptions. Too many interceptions over there. So, I mean, if I had any question marks about your team, it might be the wide receivers, but you also have some good ones, and it's not anything to panic about. So that is awesome. Rhino is working while everyone else is sleeping. He's sort of like Santa Claus without the beard. Yeah, he's big. All right, this is Absolute Evil, by the way. And that's where we get the Legion of Doom from the Absolute DC universe. So this has a wild Batman. The Absolute Batman actually has a bat axe. Look at that thing. So that's pretty crazy. Bat axe. So Absolute. And then what else we have? We have Absolute Wonder Woman. That's a good series right there. So I'd like some Absolute Wonder Woman. Some more Absolute Wonder Woman. Action Comics #1. First appearance of Superman. That is a facsimile edition. This is a Jim Lee cover, one of the seminal artists of our generation for comic books anyway. This Rhino would love. Rhino probably went to bed. But for those of you who don't know, Rhino loves some Spidey, but he also loves Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider. So next time you're in a chat with him, you can ask him about or you can tell him that you know that he loves Spider-Gwen. Spider-Gwen. But he does also love some Spider-Man. So what else do we have here? This comic here, guys, they have a version of this comic where the web is gold, like gold holofoil. So don't get me wrong. But they have comics this year at Comic-Con, guys, that have gold leafing, which is insane. Getting a little gold with your comics. That's insane. And then there are a ton of Archie, Veronica, and Betty fans out there. And so there are a ton of those covers or comics coming out this week. Let's see. But just so you know, I'll share with you two guys. I'm serious about my comics and my sports, so I always have like spreadsheets for this kind of stuff. I am working on some spreadsheets for the sports shows I do. But right now, I am all in on the comic side. All right, so guys, for you comic fans out there, DC will be returning to New York Comic-Con. They do some pretty cool things. They have booth signings, so they'll have a bunch of the artists and writers come in, and they'll give away, little things, and you'll get signings and all that other cool stuff. So that's cool. They have cosplay meetups. That's where people dress up as characters, and they get they'll get to cosplay. So that's pretty cool. Lego Batman. They're letting you build Lego sets, guys, and keep the Legos. So that's pretty cool. Cortland Sutton, but he wasn't getting the ball enough, so I banished him to the bench. Same with Kelsey. Rhino actually helped me to get Warren because he was on the waiver wire. There you go. Nice. Yeah, Warren is a beast. He's getting targets. He's getting catches. The guy's a rookie, too. You got two rookies on your team, and you probably have the two best rookies at their position. You got Tyler Warren at tight end, best rookie tight end right now, and probably top 5 tight end at the moment. And then with Buka's like, he's playing like a top 3 wide receiver right now. So it's crazy. The injuries over there in Tampa have really forced him to mature as a player, and so he's up there. He's doing really well. So they have a Batman listening lounge, which is where they have this podcast where they do Batman stories, and they're going to have like a full immersive, which is cool because most when they have these booths, they have seats, and seats are very important during long convention days. There's also you get a free comic. So looking for something to read inside the lounge while at the DC booth? Pick up your free copy of the DC high volume Batman themed comic, Batman Dark Victory #0, featuring a behind-the-scenes look at the podcast. Must be a DC high-volume Batman subscriber to enter the lounge and receive the free comic. For those you don't know, they have an app called the DC Universe Infinite, which It's about $100 for the year, and you get to read a lot of the DC comics that come out. There's panels. There's all sorts of stuff. All right. So for those of you who were here earlier, I did a giveaway. So what I do is I give away ducks every week. And then at the end of the month, or actually the first week of the next month, I do a giveaway where I give away comics for free. This is your chance to enter hashtag NYCC. I'm going to only let this run for like another 30 seconds. You'll see that scrolling along the bottom. And then, if you're here on Monday Night Raw Books watching it, November 3rd. So the first Monday of the next month, I give away a prize pack. Tonight we gave away a comic prize pack to Joffrey Castro, and he should be getting that very soon. Probably going to try to sneak something from New York Comic Con in his prize box. All right. Yep, dude, I had Jaden Daniels last year and ended up winning the league last year. Yeah, Jaden Daniels is a game changer last year. I also had Lamar. My running backs were Bijan, Jacobs, and Gibbs. I had all three of them. Good Lord. That is insane. I don't know how you got so lucky, but that is insane. All right, let's go ahead and share this tab. We're going to do the drawing in another 20 seconds, my time. So in your world, that's probably 15 to 18 seconds due to the delay between YouTube and my channel. All right, and we're going to do the drawing. Dagger! All right, Dagger gets a duck. Let's write that down. Congratulations, Dagger. All right, guys. It's been a long day. I'm getting feeling tired. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. So I do like to end all my my nights with a dance party. So let's do it. All right, guys. So thank you for joining me. Rhino Nation, thank you for stopping in. It officially ends in 5 minutes. Who else? Chomas, thank you for stopping in. Rhino Nation, thank you for stopping in. Dagger, thank you for stopping in. The rest of the crew here. Lisa Noble, thank you for putting us on some of the things from New York Comic Con. Thank you for being here. He won a duck. So he gets a duck, and then at the first Monday of the next month, I do a duck race with all the people who have won ducks. I gave away a duck earlier today. I think I gave away a duck. No, I didn't. I only gave away one duck today. The other duck was for the other race. Anyway, at the end of the month, I put all those ducks together that people won, put them into a duck race. It's a digital duck race. And then the winner of that gets some comics. So I send some comics to you. So there's one winner for every month. And usually you got to at least watch the show, contact me on Instagram, and then I send you some books. Dance party. Woo woo. Then you upgrade to a goose. You and I talked about this earlier tonight, and I'll just All right, guys. Thank you again for joining me tonight. Rhino Nation, again, thank you so much. I'm so happy you could be here. It was a pleasure to have you guys in the chat. That was awesome. I can always chat sports, comics, TV, and movies. You will most likely see me again. Thanks, Mike. Or Michael. Whatever you I don't want to assume you like to be called Mike. But Michael, thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Michael Mertig, everybody, in the house. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Monday nights we do this show here, Monday Night Raw Bucks. It starts at 10. Obviously, you'll be doing Monday Night Football with Rhino, the Rhino Nation. But I go a little bit longer. So after the game's over, or feel free to bounce in here during commercials. I do some play-by-play while I watch the game because I'm watching the game while I'm doing my show. So I will give score updates every once in a while, or I'll let you know the game's back on, and then you can head back over to the Rhino Nation. I also do Wednesday. I do New Comic Book Day. Why on Wednesdays? That show starts at 9 p.m. That's where I grab all the comics I bought on New Comic Book Day, guys, which is on a Wednesday, and I show those comics, and I talk about what makes them. Why am I buying new comics, right? New comics aren't necessarily cheap these days, anywhere. And then that's on Wednesdays. On Tuesdays or Wednesday morning, I usually drop a preview of the comic books coming out that day, including books that I think are cool, books that I think might go up in value, and books that are coming out several weeks later, and then all the books coming out for the week. Then on the rest of the week, I'll usually release like a little review of some books I've read, or I'm dropping shorts all the time. I open Magic cards, I open sports cards, I haven't opened Pokemon cards in a long time, but I do lots of pack openings and rips and stuff like that. So feel free to join me. Content's out there. If you joined the channel, make sure to hit the notification bell so you know what's coming up. So if you like any comic or pop culture stuff, and like I said, this week I will be at New York Comic Con. I'll be doing most of my streaming Thursday through Sunday from the con. So it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest. San Diego Comic Con is also pretty big. In terms of numbers, though, New York Comic Con usually has slightly less or equal amounts. A couple of years, they've actually had the most people attend. But if you're big into pop culture, tune in so you can see what's happening, what goes on there. A lot of people dressed up in cosplay, a lot of creators, not just from the comic industry. There are typically sports people there. A lot of them are like fighters, UFC fighters, boxers, wrestlers. They end up going to the con too. There'll be lots of commercial companies and retail companies. So like Walmart will be there. eBay is there. So eBay, they'll have lots of sports memorabilia, lots of pop culture stuff. Who else is there? Whatnot, if you've ever crossed into that platform. There are just a ton of people, ton of things there. Video games will be there. So Konami should be there and stuff like that. So if you want, come check it out. And if you don't want, then I'll see you with the Rhino Nation. Officially, only 3 days to my 26th birthday. Yes, Commanders fan here. Also big into fantasy sports. Thanks, and later, guys. Thank you, Michael. See you later. Commanders, good young team. Good young team on the Commanders. Have a good night, everybody. I am a Packers fan. Good night, and it's up to you. And if all things go to plan, I shall see you on Wednesday or Thursday for your and Rhino's fantasy football show. That's right, the show. So we will see you then, Joe Mouse. Thank you so much again for showing up, guys. We're out. Peace, deuces. We're out. Good night. Chink. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you next week for the rest of the fantasy football talk and week 6 of the NFL season and the rest of the new comic book stuff. I don't even know what week it is in terms of new comic book weeks. Did you know some months actually have 5 weeks? Crazy. But think about it. 12 months. It's supposed to be 4 weeks a month. 12 months. That's only 48 weeks. There's actually 52 in a year. Think about it. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Commanders fan in Green Bay country. There you go. A lot of Commanders fans in here. All right. Go commies. All right, guys. See you later. Commanders fans, peace out. You guys have a good young team. I'm impressed. Deuces.